Hi everyone, it's Jillian with DC Weddings with Jillian. Let's talk today about why it's so important for your wedding coordinator to get to know you, to get to understand what you need for your big day, that they can give you the wedding experience that you deserve. It's Talema Rice with Noir Blanc Events. Welcome, everybody. This is Jillian with DC Weddings with Jillian, and I am here with Talema Rice of Noir Blanc Events. And Talema is going to tell us all about what she does and what she can do for you and your wedding. So, welcome, Talema.
Thank you so much, Jillian, for having me.
Oh, you
You're
are
welcome. So my name is Talema Rice. As Jillian mentioned, I am the owner and lead planner of Noir Blanc Events. We are based in Washington, D.C., but we also service the entire metropolitan area. So that includes Maryland and Virginia. We also stretch up to Delaware, Pennsylvania, specifically the Philadelphia area, and then southern New Jersey as well. Noir Blanc Events is a full service wedding planning agency. We also include wedding design and day of coordination. So whatever end of the spectrum you are in. So if you are the couple that is more hands-on and would love to, kind of take care of most of the details yourselves, reaching out to vendors. If you are the couple that would like to be more hands-on in the details of planning your wedding and you just want someone to kind of swoop in a month out or a few weeks out to kind of, bring those details together, work with your vendors, and just make sure you have a great time on your wedding day. That would be, day of coordination. But then if you are the couple that, just doesn't know where to start in the whole planning process, you're newly engaged and just are kind of like, this is an overwhelming experience to start. We can help you there as well. So that is our full service. And then when it comes to design, if you are, you have all these Pinterest photos and these Instagram photos that you are, you've pinned or you've taken screenshots on your phone. You're just not sure where to start with them. We can help you with your overall design as well. So creating a design guide that includes your color palette, your decor, florals, all of that, bringing it all together to make it cohesive. So that way, everything on the day of looks the same and just is pulled together nicely. We can help you with all of that.
fantastic. So now you mentioned about the couple that could be overwhelmed with planning, they just got engaged. And I'm overwhelmed hearing all the things that you possibly can do for me. So how do I choose? So I'm a couple. Me and my partner, we just got engaged, and we're looking at the TV shows. We're looking at asking friends, people giving us advice, and it's just like too much. It's too much already, and the wedding isn't even for another year. So, how do I navigate to determine, do I need a full service and what does that really mean? Or do I just need somebody if I feel I can hire my caterer, my baker, my officiant, my DJ, my photographer, my florist, my what else do I need? I might need a tent company if I'm outside, lighting if I need that, and keep going. I mean, there could be 15 vendors in there, right? So
Absolutely.
let's say I decide, oh, I love to do that. I have time to take on all of that, and I want to be ever present on my all of this planning. But I have never done this before. I've never planned something so big before. How do I know what level of your service is best for me?
So first I will say, are you ready for another full-time job? If the answer is yes, then I would say you could probably go with our day of or month of coordination, because that says that you're willing to kind of take on all that is wedding planning, reaching out to all the vendors, um, reading over all the vendor contracts, making sure that it is exactly what you need. If you have 15 vendors, that means there's 15 contracts you have to look through. And that can be time consuming. If your answer is no, you do not want to take on another full-time job, then that's where we come in with our full service planning. Again, that's why we have jobs as wedding planners, but it is a full-time job. A lot of couples, I think, they step into it and they're like, I can do this. And then once they see all of, the details that go into wedding planning, they're like, okay, I think I need a little help here. So um, that's my approach is if you think you're ready to take on another full-time job, then go ahead, have at it. And then we'll
Yeah,
swoop in at the end and help you out.
but I'm still not convinced that it's that much work. And woo, I saw those prices for your full-time services. I'm not convinced that I need to spend to make that spend on something that I think I can do. And really, a full-time job, my job is very demanding. It's not going to be like another full-time job. What can you tell me?
Oh man, there's so much. I mean, there are so many, not just looking over contracts, there are vendor appointments that you need to go to. And I will say the couple should visit them as well. But there are so many just, details that as a wedding vendor that's been in the industry, there's so many questions and, things that we just know as wedding professionals, we know to ask certain vendors and who to work with at what point throughout the planning process. As someone that's never done this before as the couple, how will you know throughout the process when to work with such and such vendor, who to reach out to at what point, and who to book first and who to book last. So
Yeah. And then even from the perspective of there are so many vendors in every area, how do I narrow down? How do I figure out how do I go to 20 catering appointments? And how do I get it down to 2 catering appointments and feel confident that I've made the right choice that won't kind of bite me? We get so many brides and grooms and couples that have selected a venue that can't hold their guest count because they started off with what they thought was going to be 100, and before you know it, it's 150, but the venue can only hold 120, and drama.
Yep. So that's the other thing is being a wedding planner. We also know, so most times we know the venues in our area. So, if a couple wants to get married at such and such venue that only holds 150 guests, and they know that their count is going to be 200 guests, we know off the bat, well, we got to nix that venue because it's not going to work. So we also kind of have that portfolio and that Rolodex of every single vendor. So catering, venue, photographer, all of that. And then the other thing to think about is the budget. Every vendor, there's kind of a category for each vendor. So, everyone comes in at a different price point. And as wedding professionals, we've worked with these vendors before. So we know based on your budget that we've, solidified in the beginning of the process that we know which vendor is going to work within your budget. So.
Fantastic. So I think when we see couples that don't yet have a coordinator, a wedding planner, these are the kinds of questions that they're asking us. And we're like, I don't know. And the thing is, catering is such a big part of the reception that people think because we've got our ducks in a row, because we are very organized and we plan every aspect. So, but surely you can plan the rest of the wedding. You're so precise with these things. So, but that's a skill that's totally outside of our wheelhouse. I wouldn't know how to walk you down the aisle. I wouldn't know how to select a DJ. I wouldn't know whether, which side, who goes on, or how to navigate a difficult parent or family member who, all of these things, there's just a vast array of things that we see wedding planners being able to help our couples navigate that's way beyond just selecting a vendor and putting some prettiness in a room to make it look, to give the aesthetic that
Well,
you
and
did.
and also on your wedding day, you don't want, I mean, if you're the person planning it, I say at the very least you get a day of coordinator. But if you're the one coordinating everything, you don't want your vendors calling you as the bride or groom on the day of asking all the questions. It's your day. You're supposed to be being pampered, taken care of, relaxed, and then again, that's where we come in. So we handle
Absolutely.
everything on the day of. So being the professional in charge of everything and overseeing everything from the beginning, we know how everything should be run on the day of. We know how things have gone through the planning process. We know what the conversations have been like. So, if lighting or draping is being said and there's something not right with it, if I was involved in, the contracting, I know, well, that wasn't supposed to be set like that. So we don't want you as the bride and groom to show up and you walk into the ceremony space and you're like, that wasn't supposed to be set like that. That is where we come in as well. So, there are so many moving parts on a wedding day.
Indeed.
And a wedding planner is truly the glue that holds it all together. So
Fantastic. So, with that said, now that we've convinced you guys that you need a wedding planner, let's talk about Noir Blanc. What sets you apart? First, tell me about the name. Well, being from the country, I know that's black and white. So,
yes.
tell me what's that?
So the name Noir Blanc came about. I think any true business owner, that your name is like your thing. You want to be known by your name, and I didn't want to think too hard on it. So I just said, what embodies me? So I love black and white design. That is like truly just, I think it is an art form. Whenever I see art, black and white is truly just like breathtaking to me. Um, so that when it comes down to wedding design, I love, to design black and white weddings. But I also just kind of tying it back to myself, Pinot Noir and then Sauvignon Blanc are
Mhm.
my two favorite types of
Why
wine.
would you
So
not do that?
just kind of got playful with
Wonderful. Fantastic.
so yeah, and black and white are, kind of like the basis of, weddings. Like traditionally, a bride wears white and a groom wears black. So I would they're timeless. They're kind of like the foundations of weddings when it comes to design and the color palette. So if you use those as a foundation, you can kind of go anywhere with your color palette. So that was kind of the the story behind the name.
Fantastic, fantastic. But you don't only do black and white weddings, even if that's a palette.
No, ma'am.
Yes, I would imagine.
Yes, I love color too. So, with the Noir Blanc, my brand is very modern, chic,
Mhm.
and again, just timeless. So, I also love bold colors. So, bright, bold, kind of in your face. So, when it comes to
Those
design, I
beautiful.
love I love black and white, but I also love color.
But bold colors go well with black and white.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, fabulous. So, tell our couples what sets you apart from every other wedding planner that would do a good job for them. Why hire Talema and the team at Noir Blanc?
You are guaranteed to get a hospitable experience from beginning to end. The brand is just very hospitality focused, and that is what I have. That's what I wanted for my brand. Um, just me, I think. And from the feedback I've received from a lot of my couples, I'm a very warm person. And that is just what I want my couples to feel when they speak to me. I want, I just want them to feel welcomed. And, I think it's very important to get to know your couples. Weddings are a very personal, a very intimate occasion in one's life. So I feel that as a wedding planner, you should get to know your couples, because wedding planning is a long journey. You book your wedding planner, at least 12 months out from your wedding date, if not more. 18 months preferred, but again, it's a very personal journey. And I think you need to, as a wedding planner, you need to know who your couple is. You want to make sure that you're a great fit for them and that you all mesh and vibe very well. So that is very important to me. And with the Noir Blanc experience, you will get nothing but hospitality from beginning to end, from the inquiry process all the way up until that exit interview post wedding. So we don't just, have your wedding day and say, all right, you're married now, we're done. We
Yeah.
have an exit interview to walk through, your whole entire wedding process, receive any feedback that the couple has. And, just, at the end, you always have a friend in us.
Yes.
So we hope that at the end we are friends and, or even family. I think a lot of our couples do become family at the end. And,
That's what.
after weddings, there are so many other life events that happen. So, we hope that, our couples will hire us, for other milestones in their lives after that. So.
Indeed. Tell us about a story of how you got to know one of your couples. What would you do? What's the thing that gets you to know your couples?
I think just in the beginning, kind of setting that foundation when you have that initial inquiry, when the couple reaches out to you, not just, saying, all right, what are you looking for in a wedding planner? Like, what's going on in your lives? Like, what brought you to this point? Like, tell me about your engagement.
Yes.
And then I think, we're in a virtual world now. So I do think a lot of planners are meeting with their couples virtually. So, whatever works for your schedule. So I'm a personable person. So if you want to meet in person, let's meet in person. If you want to meet virtually, let's meet virtually. But I think, wedding planning it can be overwhelming and stressful, but I think just starting the conversations with all the meetings, what's going on? How are you doing? Instead of just jumping into the wedding planning. I think, again, we as the wedding planners are the glue in terms of like your whole vendor team. So, if a vendor may reach out to you and say, oh, just had a question about and about this couple, oh, this is going on in their lives. They may not, be so responsive because this is going on. Someone may have gotten a new job, or just another life event may have happened. So I think it's also important as the wedding planner to just, what's going on. And then also just like what brings them joy. So if it's, they love coffee, like I may send you a $10 gift card just to, you know what I mean? I was thinking about you. So go have coffee on me today. So
Yeah.
just, the little things. And I
Fantastic.
think just understanding who your couple is and, what's going on, what brings them joy, and how you can kind of fill that space to just make the wedding planning process enjoyable for them. Okay.
So Talima, let's tell all of our couples now anything you want them to know about you or your business or working with you, the experience with you. Floor is yours.
Oh, wow. Um, with Noir Blanc, you will just get a great experience all around. Our team, our day of team is just amazing. On the day of, you will get one person with the bride, one person with the groom, and they will just make sure that your needs are taken care of on the day of. So that way you can literally just relax, enjoy your wedding day and have fun with all of your loved ones. That is like our main goal when it comes to, wedding planning and, just how we service our clients. We want you to be able to enjoy your day, like from the moment you rise to the moment you walk out of the door of the venue. And I want you to be able to remember all of the details from your wedding day. And I want like all the things that, we've talked about throughout your journey, your wedding planning journey, all the things that you want. I want you to be able to see them, come to life on your wedding day, and that is truly like the experience that you will get. And that is my thing. I want all of my couples to just have the best experience that they can have.
Fantastic. That is wonderful to hear. And isn't that what this is all about? Because why
Yes.
do all of this? Because you're married already with that piece of paper. What is all this about if not to have this experience with those precious people that you've invited, the most important people in the world to you? So thanks so much for sharing that and sharing all about you. And the one thing I want, if there was something that you said, other than the fact that your personality is what people buy, your passion for having people have the best event that they can have is what people buy. But I heard you say that you would like them to contact you 18 months before. And let me tell you, folks, you need to contact Talema 18 months before, not 6 months before, not 8 months before. A year, well, maybe we can work with. But ideally, that 18 months, because it takes that much time and that much effort to put this thing together for you. So we thank you so much, Talema, for your time, sharing your wisdom, sharing yourself, letting us know all about you and Noir Blanc. We are happy to have you and we wish you all the best and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Jillian. I really appreciate you having me.
You're very welcome anytime. We talk soon.